Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about comic book content. So this video was inspired by probably one of my favorite YouTube channels and one of my favorite creators, Andrew Callahan, formerly of All Gas No Brakes and now Channel 5. I'm going to react to one of his more recent videos, specifically about the streets of Philadelphia. And he says something in this video that really kind of hits home with me. So I'm going to let you guys check this out and then let's talk about it.
They're going to fucking buy it off of me. You want to sell drugs tomorrow, that's what they're going to buy it off of. You too, man.
I believe that at one point, probably early on, they realized that making trank was wrong. But after seeing such astronomical profits come in, their brains constructed protective pathways to shield their souls from guilt and flood their conscience with the same affirmation. Yes, what I'm selling is harmful, but if I stop, somebody will take my position. Therefore, it is not wrong for me to profit from this, because even if I abstain from selling it, the market will continue. It all reflects a deeply antisocial, alienated, nihilistic worldview, in which the individual has absolutely no power in influencing or changing the trajectory of a doomed society. Recognizing the spiritual sickness that runs through the veins of this collapsing country, greed, death, and decay become seen as absolutes. And so, the alienated individual figures, they're just temporary placeholders for an omnipresent evil. An evil that will exist with or without them. And speaking of moral responsibility, what are the ethics behind what I'm doing? Is my coverage of places like Kensington unethical and kind of fucked up? Since making my last video in San Francisco, I've become aware of an entire side of the internet, particularly YouTube, that films homeless people under the guise of humanization and does huge numbers, and understandably so. Poverty is pornographic. The difference is, you don't generally jerk off to homeless content or hood vlogs, but it tantalizes a similarly curious part of the brain that gets excited by the forbidden and dangerous. For that reason, Kensington is pretty much the #1 homeless YouTube content zone in the country. In fact, there's like 50 YouTube documentaries up right now, just like this one, which all follow pretty much the same marketing strategy. City of Zombies, further dehumanizing Americans suffering from necrotizing fasciitis, and purposely using salacious language to collect ad revenue from views, which because of our declining attention span, which also comes as a result of a Chinese psyop called TikTok, are best driven by clickbait titles and shocking keyframes. Upon further investigation, it would appear that Kensington's largest export besides trank is definitely content, a two-syllable term that represents the transformation of art into a flat commodity, of which value is determined solely by engagement, not quality. Meaning, a content creator could realize that the product he's selling is bad for society, but so long as the market demand is there, he will continue. You see where I'm going with this? The Trank brothers aren't the only ones profiting from human suffering in Kensington, and many locals feel that much of the content filmed here does much more harm than it does good for the neighborhood.
Well, everybody I see on YouTube that come down here and get some content, I feel as though it's not for the right intentions. They don't ask the right questions, they just record, they try to get the best video, they try to go viral, they try to get attention to their channel, but the message ain't what it's supposed to be.
So after watching that, there was some shift that happened in comic book content in the YouTube comic book community. And I think it happened somewhere around the C2E2 acetate gate and then the Peach Momoko stuff. Basically, there was this upwelling of content creators, me being in one of them, that saw this influx of drama, this influx of bad things that were happening in the comic book community. And everybody kind of took it and ran with it. People that were content creators of every size, didn't matter whether you had a huge channel or you were just getting started, it seemed like most, if not all people, had something to say about this. And what happened was these things started getting more views. They started getting more clicks. Where I kind of equate this to the Channel 5 and Andrew's statements is, people want to see suffering. They want to see something wrong, something bad. It is pornographic in that way, where it hits something that we want to see inside, where it's almost like we want to see someone fail. Some of my most successful videos are in regards to me failing, something failing, somebody getting scammed. And some of the most successful thumbnails and the titles correspond with that, with, epic fail, epic rant, things like that. And it's just really gotten me thinking, am I on the same level as the Trank brothers in a way? Am I making something that is in essence harmful? Am I doing something that is not good for the gander? Pun intended. There's all types of content being created in all spectrums, but limiting it to this comic book world, this YouTube comic book content world, there are different types of creators. And there are people that try to remain positive. They try to, stick to, the beaten path. And to be honest with you, a lot of the content that I watch is not comic book content. And the comic book content I do watch is not stuff that is similar to mine. I'm watching like omnibus reviews or like haul videos. And a lot of it is of smaller channels that I really see their passion for the hobby and the stories. A lot of the bigger channels, I see just the drama. I see the clickbait. I see using something, using somebody's pain, using somebody's scam, using something that somebody else hurt somebody else with as fuel for the fire. And it's this constant churning out of this content. That you can only make so many videos of a bald, middle-aged man unboxing something before people get bored. I mean, that's just the truth about it. And I see so many creators, they just keep spinning their wheels in the same type of content, the same vicious circle of doing the same thing without having any type of results. I mean, I could talk about what comic books I've read, what comic books I'm reading, what comic books I'm collecting, but those videos, nobody gives a shit about that. Nobody is clicking those videos specifically for my channel. That is not what people are clicking. And if I'm going to be making YouTube videos, the intention of this is to make something that you will click on, that you would enjoy, and that you'll come back for more. That is the whole purpose of what this is. People have different motivations for doing this. A lot of people are using this platform to meet other people, to make friends, to build some rapport out there, and a lot of it is to build yourself and your self-esteem. And I've gone through all of that. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're trying to make a video that somebody actually gives a shit about. A lot of content creators, specifically really, really big guys, I mean, they are grasping at straws for content at this point.
Was to look for the optimal humidity level within a house. And according to the Mayo Clinic, the optimal level for good health is somewhere between 30 to 50%. While that may hold true for people, the question is, does it hold true for paper as well?
So when I saw that, I was just, humidity, we're talking about humidity now. I just, I think what needs to happen is there needs to be a widening of the spectrum of what we can talk about. And I'm trying to do that with my channel. I'm trying to expand the scope of conversation. And there's a few channels that are doing that. But with a lot of my contemporaries, I don't watch their content because I don't want to be influenced by their stuff. I usually watch content that is outside the spectrum for my inspiration and motivation to make videos. I don't want to be just the same guy as everybody else, making the same videos as everybody else. It's just boring. Am I making videos that are harmful to the hobby? Am I the bad guy? Am I the villain that everybody thinks I am? And in my own mind, I think I am as well. I don't know. If I didn't do it, would somebody else do it? The answer is yes. Like the Trank brothers in that video, it's this creation of content. It's this creation of something that you think that if you don't do it, somebody else will. Although a lot of my stuff is clickbaity in its in the get-go with the thumbnails and the title, and I can see so many people that watch my stuff can't get past that. They get triggered by that, and that leads them to anger and, you know, leaving the hateful comments and whatever. It's just funny because that they kind of reveal themselves as very superficial, that would bother them. I want to do things that are positive. A lot of the content I have is trying to do something positive, trying to, you know, expose scammers, is trying to out something that's bad. But am I just shedding light on the bad thing? Am I just glamorizing, in a sense, the bad thing even more by bringing attention to it? I don't know. A lot of people would say that I'm, you know, outing the thing so that people are aware of it, but am I just spreading, disseminating more negativity in the process? I don't know. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because in my mind, I think I am doing the right thing. And whether that's the case or not, I don't know. You guys can let me know. If at any point in time you like this video, give the thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.